Okay, so I've got a stubborn pin. I'll show you the new one that's got to go in there, and the old one that's going to have to come out, possibly in pieces. This is a new pin. Now, the cylinder, I'll show you the locking spring cylinder. That slides very nicely back and forth on there. It's okay. But it pinches here and here on the mount where it mounts. So it's really a tight fit. So what I'm going to do is I've got some PB Blaster here. I'm going to spray that on there. And not only do I have PB Blaster, but I also have this guy right here. Now this may be too big to work this in, but I think if I get the PB Blaster in there, it's going to make it slippery enough that it will actually slide out with a drive pin, driving punch. So just cross my fingers and hope that I'm able to get this thing even on there. So I'm going to go ahead and stuff you back here in the corner, and hopefully you got enough light to see what I'm doing, as I don't know. So I think I'm pretty close to being too far away for that. I'm going to actually squirt that on there right now. And it makes a mess on everything, obviously. So yeah, and I'm not really a fan of PB Blaster. I think that stuff stinks. I mean, it smells bad. Not that it stinks, you know, in its function. It functions just fine. But I actually hate the smell of it more than anything. And you're not seeing me at all. You're just listening to me here. And this is not going to be easy for a couple of reasons. A, I'm too far away with this, and then when I do get it to move, it's just going to continue to move. I think it's going to move right out of there. What I need is, oh yeah, I'm getting close. Oh, cool. Okay, so now I got my hands on this thing, and this may be the solution to this, but I got to go get a 3/4 inch wrench, so be right back. So anyways, I'm going to hit that again, because it does take a little bit. And then it should just pop right the hell through. I'm hoping it does anyway. Who's talking? Could swear I heard somebody talking. Oh, no, ain't gonna move. Okay, so I'm about ready to start cursing and swearing here. I cannot get that thing out. And I was hoping that it would just come out, but it's not in a mood. Oh, there we go. And I just hit myself and skinned my hand. Now, this pin is pretty hard. See, I think the PB Blaster was the smartest thing I did here. Look at that. I hope you're able to see this thing, because I've got it just about through. I don't know. I don't know. It seems to be doing all right. I don't know if I need to do a new one or not, but I'll put the new one in anyhow, and I'm going to lube it up with some Never Sees. Ow, there goes the other finger. What did I say, blood equals ratings? I say blood equals pain. That freaking hurts. Anyway, let me see if I can get a hold of this side here with a pair of vice grips. I might be able to get that son of a bitch just to come right out. Well, I'm sorry if I'm covering you up, but this is not the easiest job. I'm hoping it's coming out. Yeah, must be. Yeah, we're going. Yeah, it's going. But it's not going out the way I want it to, so go ahead. Tap, 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 tap. Anyway, and the stupid thing is it all has to come out in one fell swoop here. There it is. Ooh, I got oil everywhere now. What the hell is this? Ugh. I guess my main goal now is to just get that thing out. I'm hoping to be able to pry it. It should just come out. I can hardly believe it. It's just hanging up like that, but it is. It's hanging in there. Am I up against? Am I up against something? Yes. Can you believe that? Ah, jeepers creepers. Alright. I'm sorry you're not able to see this. I'll move you over here. Hopefully you can see now. It just wants to be a pain in the ass. Well, what happens is it had some rust onto it, which really, it does make sense as to why it didn't want to come out of there, because it's rusty. Now, it should just pop right out now. Oh, there it is. That's the crooked little bastard. Now, the tolerances of that thing are pretty tight, I think. Just enough to hold it in place. I do not believe I broke anything or bent anything, which I did not. So, alright. Okay, for the fun stuff, what I call the fun stuff. I've got the old one, and I've got the new one. And let me see if I can get my parts here and here, and I'll show you what I got. I'm just going to do it right here on the front of this tractor. I'm going to get you set up here real quick. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. So, here's the old one. Okay, you see that? I have all kinds of oil came out of this thing, so it blew up. As you pick this up, it depresses a plunger, and I can demonstrate that plunger right here, right there. You can see that plunger that's in there. So it's really weird, because as you depress that plunger, that's supposed to release the pressure, and you can move it up and down. And it's not supposed to do what it's doing right now, but apparently when Tim pushed the plunger, it blew that thing up. Now, really no big deal to replace it, but I'm going to show you in a second as soon as I can get my tools onto this. Okay, so what I had to do was, because I've used this punch before, it was kind of screwed up a little bit. So what I have to do actually is just drive out the pin that holds that handle on there. So I got my hammer here. I'm just going to tap that bitch out of there. And there it is. Wouldn't you believe it? So, now that I got that out, this looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass. It is, because something, obviously, we definitely had some major problems, because there's a spring sticking out of there, that shouldn't be sticking out of there. And wow, so this thing is obviously junk. We'll just drop that on the floor for right now. And what I'm going to do is, because all this oil that's on here, I'm going to get some oil that's on here. I don't know, you're not seeing me very good. Because all the oil that's on here, I'm going to get some starting fluid. I'm going to clean that up because that oil can't be any good. It's making my hands feel a little weird. I didn't realize I should have had gloves on, but anyway, hold on. Okay, so I've got this. I'm actually going to spray my hands down this, and you guys are probably thinking, oh my God, you're ruining your health. Well, I probably am. I want that oil off of my hands as best I can, and I'm going to dry it off now. Because that oil is badass feeling. It actually feels like brake fluid. If you've ever had brake fluid on your hands, you'll know what I'm talking about. So anyways, now that I've shown you how to poison yourselves, there you go. I don't know what Tim is doing, but he's out there beating around on something. So here it is. Here's the handle that you got to put on. And hopefully everything, yeah, pretty simple. Pretty simple little device. I'm just going to go on ahead, and this key has a, or a pin has a lock onto it. I say a lock, but it's got like a knurl. If you know what a knurl is. A knurl is to tighten it up. So once I get it in where it belongs, like so, I'm actually going to set this one a little deeper than it was before. There. Alright. So now when I pick this up, see that? And it's locked. It's actually supposed to be, it's called a, oh boy. Of course I can't put it back now. God, I'm too freaking, oh my God. Nope, I'm not going to be able to put that back too easy. I'm going to get it in a hole there and put it on the belt line there. Yeah. Okay, so now you understand how that thing works. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some Never Seas, and I'm going to get the rest of these parts out of here. I do not know why there's extra piece in here. This is like a plunger of some sort. This guy here, I don't know what that does. Unless there's something that it needs to have on it. I kind of got a feeling it's... But anyway, we're just going to leave that there until I find out what that is. Now here's the new pin, and here's how it goes in there. And these little gizmos here are the new upper screws that go on the top. And we should be good. So, back to the cab. We'll put her back together.